Welcome back. You're watching Live from Paris on France 24. It's time for Media Watch when we find out what the journalists here in France are chatting about. Nicholas Rushworth is here for that tonight. Good evening to Nick.
Good evening, Laura.
Now, everyone's talking about the former President Nicolas Sarkozy because the police have descended on his home and also his office. They're looking for clues related to this ongoing inquiry. It seems to have been going on for an awfully long time into alleged illegal campaign funding. What's happened?
Well, the illegal campaign funding scandal is called the Bettencourt scandal, which is in relation to the L'Oréal heiress. Now, obviously, this is just broken as a story, so there are only tweets on this. There are not many articles or blog reactions as yet. And this is one tweet here from Michel Deléan. And here it says, Même Chirac n'avait pas eu à son domicile une perquisition. Even Chirac didn't have a raid on his home.
Because so that's of course he had to go to court and was convicted of corruption himself, wasn't he?
After a long political career. So Michel Deléan is a journalist for Mediapart, which is one of the websites in France that has spearheaded investigations into all the areas, the grey areas surrounding these scandals. There are several of them. But what directly concerns Nicolas Sarkozy is a couple of scandals. The Bettencourt scandal on one hand, and then also what we know in France as Karachi Gate. Now, I looked at another tweet here. We've got this tweet coming up here. Vont-ils retrouver les stocks de t-shirts baladeurs? Are they going to find those baladeur t-shirts? And you and I are laughing at that because the nitty-gritty details of that Karachi Gate scandal are that there were illegal kickbacks from Pakistani arms sales, and somehow the allegation is that money ended up in Baladur's campaign in 1995.
Which, of course, was being managed by former President Nicolas Sarkozy.
Well, was it or not? He's denying that. Clearly, Sarkozy at the time in 1995 was a political ally. So again, damning tweets, there will be lots more of them.
And some people might be questioning why this all came out just literally a few minutes after the new Prime Minister, Jean-Marc Ayrault, wrapped up his speech, because he, of course, has been laying out his new plans for the government over the next 5 years. And he's got some pretty tough maths to do, hasn't he?
Well, Ayrault, he is the man of the day, the main news story of the day for the tweets, the blogs, and the press is all about the Prime Minister. The keynote speech, 5 years, what will happen over the next 5 years. And what we've got here is, discussions centering on avoiding the word austerity. The key word is redressement, which translates...
Oh, they changed the word.
Well, that translates as recovery. Is that a downplaying from growth? You know, this debate is going on.
Because let's put it in context. The National Audit Office said yesterday there's a €43 billion hole in the government's finances for this year and next. That hole has to be plugged.
Indeed. And what do the press talk about at the moment? They're talking about the personal efforts that Ayrault and his team are making. And that's in Le Parisien. We can see there, ministre à la diète. Ministers on a diet. There we can see.
They're cutting down on the foie gras.
Yes, exactly. Well, the foie gras, don't even mention that. But what we've got actually is Ayrault is from the west of France, from the Muscadet region, no less, and the champagne is going. Can you believe it? My colleague at the media desk in the French side said, I can't believe they're going to scrap the champagne. But that's what you've got here.
Champagne, you mean at government meetings?
Exactly. In the Matignon, in the Prime Minister's offices, there will be no champagne served, and what we've got instead is Muscadet.
Does that mean we can no longer say champagne socialists?
Or caviar socialists. Whether the caviar or the foie gras will be there, we don't know. But this is also being covered in the Huffington Post. Austerity when the ministers show the way. And there you can see...
Oh, she's on her belly.
Yeah, this is the Territorial Equality and Housing Minister, Cécile Duflot, on her bike.
No ministerial car for her.
No ministerial car. She's ordered 3 bikes for the ministry. So this is perhaps...
Oh, so she'll be expecting her colleagues to do the same, won't she?
But let's have a closer look here at... this is the Muscadet wine. The Huffington Post is saying the Muscadet wine will be served.
So what, they're going to... Muscadet's a bit cheaper than champagne, is it?
Saving, cost-cutting, of course. This is the mood. It's all about showing the way, showing the example. Of course, it's peanuts compared to the billions.
Why would they be drinking champagne anyway?
Well, my colleague said they're just going to continue drinking champagne in the back.
Oh, really? There you go. You got the inside scoop.
This is Cécile Duflot on her bike.
Not after a glass of wine.
No, and this is this is actually a picture of a canteen in the
like
Transport
somewhere I
Ministry.
know.
Transport Ministry. Now, apparently, in the Transport Ministry, they're going to have to pay for their meals in the evenings now. And in the Education Ministry, the canteen will actually be they're going to pay €6 per, no, not €10 per meal, and not €6. So it'll be more expensive. So that's belt tightening, literally, Laura.
Literally, we're all in it together, as the British Prime Minister is fond of saying. Maybe they'll start saying that here in France as well. All right, now we've got another story in the local Paris paper, Le Parisien.
Well, sticking with Le Parisien, I saw a lovely good news story, and it's about a family that has gone round the world. They set out a year ago, and here we can see the website Le Tour du Monde Solidaire des Amis de Facebook. So it's a kind of world tour over 1 year, and this family here, the Colas family from the Paris suburbs, they went from Paris all the way to Burkina Faso, and they did it by...
Not on a bike.
Not on a bike, but using all their Facebook contacts. They created 80,000 Facebook contacts, and they were able to raise 65,000 euros, and that too is being covered here by Paris Match, as we can see. And basically, the school gained 65,000 euros, and when they actually arrived, it was actually built already because it was being built during the year.
And very, very quickly, Nick, before we go, some bit of a backlash for the social networkers.
Well, yes, this is also another. That's a nice Facebook story there about how you can raise money using your likes and so on. €1 per like. But this is on Atlantico. This is a report saying social media. 43% of American teenagers would like to just forget about it. It's too much. They've had enough, and 43% want to have a downtime. And we can see literally there a young boy.
I have to say, I agree with them, Nick.
Young boy there with his head on the keyboard.
Enough
perhaps,
likes.
Yes, 100% of social networks is perhaps too much.
All right, Nick Rushworth, thank you very much indeed. That's it from Media Watch. Time now for our roundup of what's on the web, including students in Mexico who are challenging the victory of their new president. Time now for Web News.